When compassion becomes conditional. The four-stage pattern I experienced seeking help from churches. This commentary reflects my personal experiences seeking assistance from churches while homeless. After contacting more than 63 churches throughout Maryland and Northern Virginia, including Stafford, Fredericksburg, Fairfax, Alexandria, Arlington, Dumfries, and Woodbridge, I began noticing what I believe were recurring patterns of behavior that resembled traits often associated with narcissistic relationship dynamics. The cycle was remarkably consistent. It began with what many people describe as love bombing. There were warm smiles, sympathetic words, prayers, gift cards, small donations, and promises that someone would call me back. For a brief moment, I believed someone had truly decided to walk beside me through one of the darkest seasons of my life. I believed I had found compassion. I believed I had found people who would stand with me. Then everything changed. The remaining need, often $300 to $600 for a hotel room, transportation, storage, or other basic necessities, was treated as though it no longer existed. Phone calls stopped being returned. Emails went unanswered. Text messages were ignored. Follow-up disappeared. The silence became louder than the original compassion. To me, it felt like a predictable cycle. Idealization, temporary assistance, withdrawal, and abandonment. Over time, I began recognizing four stages that resembled behaviors commonly associated with narcissistic relationship patterns. 1. Love bombing. The relationship began with warmth and enthusiasm. There were smiles, encouraging words, prayers, gift cards, small donations, and assurances that they wanted to help. For a brief moment, I felt seen. I felt like someone genuinely cared. I believed that this was the beginning of a relationship built on compassion and Christian love. 2. Gaslighting. As communication changed, I was often left questioning my own expectations and understanding of what had been promised. Conversations that seemed clear suddenly became vague. 3. Idealization. That initial warmth and generosity gave way to a growing sense of distance and skepticism. The promises faded. 4. Abandonment. Eventually, all communication stopped entirely. Over time, I began recognizing these four stages: idealization, temporary assistance, withdrawal, and abandonment. That cycle felt as though compassion had become conditional, tied to circumstances rather than true care. Commitments that appeared sincere seemed to disappear. When I followed up, I sometimes felt as though I was asking for too much or misunderstanding what had been communicated. Instead of open communication, there was confusion. Instead of honesty, there was silence. 3. Hot and cold behavior. One day there was compassion and encouragement. The next day, there was distance. The same people who had expressed concern suddenly became unavailable. Calls were no longer returned. Emails went unanswered. The warmth disappeared, leaving me confused about what had changed. This pattern of attention followed by withdrawal created the feeling that compassion was conditional. 4. The discard. Once a small donation had been made or an initial act of kindness was completed, I often felt forgotten. The remaining need, sometimes only hundreds of dollars separating me from safety, shelter, and stability, no longer seemed to matter. Communication stopped. Follow-up ended. I was left to face the crisis alone. To me, this was the most painful stage because it felt as though my value ended once the church had done what it believed was enough. I also observed another troubling pattern. Some churches appeared to operate through informal networks, where reputations spread quickly. Gossip, assumptions, or hearsay could influence how someone in need was treated. Whether intentional or not, the result was that a struggling person could feel quietly excluded, dismissed, or judged without ever being given the opportunity to explain their circumstances. In my experience, some of these behaviors resembled what many people describe as narcissistic traits. Compassion that lasts only while it feels rewarding, public generosity paired with private indifference, performing kindness without long-term commitment, avoiding difficult conversations through silence instead of honesty, protecting the institution's image more than the dignity of the person seeking help. At times, it felt like there was an unwritten network where connections and reputation mattered more than the suffering of the person standing at the door asking for help. It reminded me of the same type of closed-circle behavior people often criticize in other powerful institutions, where loyalty, relationships, and reputation can sometimes outweigh fairness and compassion. Again, this is based on my personal experiences. I am not saying every church or every Christian behaves this way. There are faithful believers who quietly serve others with genuine love, humility, and sacrifice. But my experiences caused me to ask difficult questions. If a church welcomes the hurting only until helping becomes inconvenient, what message does that send? If appearances matter more than perseverance, have we replaced discipleship with public relations? If someone is given temporary assistance but abandoned before reaching stability, was the goal truly restoration or simply feeling like something was done? Jesus consistently sought out people whom society overlooked. He did not measure whether they were connected, influential, wealthy, or useful. He ministered to people because they mattered. A church that offers only enough compassion to ease its conscience, but not enough commitment to help someone rebuild their life, risks becoming known for performance rather than service. The greatest witness of a church is not the size of its sanctuary, the quality of its music, or the eloquence of its sermons. It is how faithfully it treats the people who have nothing to offer in return. In my opinion, too many churches have become experts at offering symbolic compassion while avoiding sacrificial commitment. When that happens, the institution may continue to look healthy on the outside, but it risks losing the spirit of the one it claims to follow. Christ's example was not one of temporary concern. It was enduring love. It was standing with people when helping became inconvenient. And that is the standard every church should measure itself against.
I can't believe we closed that deal. I'll be there in 20.
Oh, it was marvelous. Did you get the one in blue?
We're invisible. Matthew 25:41.
I'm not asking for food. I'm asking for shelter. You tell me to trust God, while you don't trust Him enough to give. 3 churches on one city street, 3 sermons echo hope so sweet, 3 preachers telling me just believe, but not one offered space to breathe. I said, Pastor, I don't need bread, I need a place to lay my head. He bowed his head, his voice sincere, but left me sleeping out here. Faith without works is dead. You tell me to trust God, while you don't trust Him enough to give. I'm still sleeping where angels tread. Faith without works is dead. You heard every word I said. You blessed me, then you fled, left me outside. Faith without works is dead. They said God will open doors for you. I said, sir, I thought that door was you. Raised his hand, spoke heaven's name, but nothing in my life had changed. Stained glass shining, cross so tall, but no mercy inside these walls. He preached love from holy text, then told me try somewhere else. Faith without works is dead. You tell me to trust God while you don't trust Him enough to give. I'm still sleeping where angels say faith without works is dead. Oh, you heard every word I said. You blessed me, then you fled, left me outside. Faith without works is dead. One said, son, we'll keep you in prayer. The other said, God will meet you there. Three different voices, same reply. Three closed doors, same goodbye. Empty fellowship, all inside. Warmth and space they chose to hide. They spoke of miracles above, but never showed me human love. You say believe, I do. You say God provides, He does. But maybe He sent me to you. You quote heaven, I quote truth. If I need shelter and you refuse, you tell me to trust God while you don't trust Him enough to give. Know the cloth, plastic chair, a tired voice from over there. We're backed up, long waiting list. Housing help doesn't come quick. I said, ma'am, I'm sleeping in my car. She said, I know, but here we are. Paper stamped, another day. No place safe, just sent away. Fire without words is dead. You tell Faith without works is dead. Three prayers went to the sky. One man slept outside, and the silence replied, faith without works is dead. I'm not asking for food. I'm asking for shelter. You tell me to trust God. Why you don't trust Him enough to give?